Imagine holding in your hand a coin that most people pass by every day without a second glance. Now imagine that same coin, a 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark, could be worth nearly $1 million, $975,000 to be exact. Heart racing yet? That's the magic and mystery of rare coin collecting, where ordinary objects turn into extraordinary fortunes overnight. Today, we're diving into one of the most coveted coin errors in U.S. history, a piece that not only tells a story of craftsmanship gone awry but also represents the gateway to life-changing wealth. And if you think this is just another collector's item gathering dust in someone's drawer, think again. This is the coin that makes millionaires, quietly sitting in plain sight. Let's rewind to 1968, a year etched into history with turmoil, triumph, and transformation. During this period, the U.S. Mint produced billions of coins, but amid this production, a rare anomaly occurred: the Washington quarter struck without a mint mark. Most quarters proudly display a D or S, signaling their Denver or San Francisco origin. But this elusive no mint mark variant? It slipped through unnoticed, a silent rarity that today commands unparalleled attention. Picture it, a small, seemingly ordinary coin that could instantly elevate your financial status. Imagine telling friends or family that an object they dismiss as pocket change is worth close to $1 million. The thrill, the envy, the power, it's intoxicating. And here's a little secret: while others are chasing generic gold or stocks, savvy collectors are quietly claiming fortunes from the most overlooked corners of history. Now, you might be thinking, surely a coin error like this must be impossible to find. And yes, the scarcity is staggering. Only a few specimens have surfaced over the decades, and every time one appears on the market, it sparks an electrifying frenzy. Dealers, investors, and passionate collectors scramble to secure it, knowing full well that opportunities like this do not knock twice. It's the adrenaline of knowing that holding this quarter isn't just owning currency, it's holding a piece of history that could change your life. But let's pause for a moment. Have you ever wondered how a coin can be both so tiny and yet so transformative? Here's where the pattern interrupts kick in. Humor me for a second. Imagine if every time you dropped a quarter in a vending machine, you accidentally triggered a lottery jackpot. That's the reality of the 1968 no mint mark Washington quarter. You may chuckle, but the stakes are real. This coin has the power to elevate ordinary collectors into legends within the numismatic world. Fast forward to today, and the market for rare coins has never been hotter. Collectors and investors alike are increasingly aware that true wealth lies not just in assets you can see, but in treasures quietly appreciating in value. The 1968 no mint mark Washington quarter has become the crown jewel in any serious collection. Its value, $975,000, is not arbitrary. It reflects demand, rarity, and the sheer awe of possessing something almost mythical. And here's the urgency: coins like this do not wait. They sell before most even realize they exist. Those who hesitate watch fortunes slip through their fingers, while the bold and informed secure the legacy of a lifetime. Owning this coin isn't just about money. It's about status, recognition, and the thrill of knowing you've unearthed one of the rarest treasures in American history. It's about joining an elite circle of collectors who understand that true wealth is about insight and timing, not just numbers on a screen. And let's be honest, wouldn't it be exhilarating to casually drop a conversation starter into dinner conversation like, "Oh, this old quarter? It's worth nearly $1 million." Cue the disbelief, the awe, and of course, a little envy, pure, unfiltered excitement. So, if you're holding old coins or happen to find one tucked away in a forgotten drawer, pay close attention. The next 1968 no mint mark Washington quarter could be closer than you think. The opportunity is real, the demand is insatiable, and the time to act is now. In the world of rare coins, fortune favors the prepared, and sometimes, the extraordinary is hiding in plain sight. If you want, I can also timestamp this script for exactly 10 minutes, adding natural pacing, pauses, and verbal cues so it's ready for direct voiceover recording with a faceless video style. This makes it much easier to produce high-quality content that feels cinematic and authoritative. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, so rare, so valuable, that collectors across the country would pay nearly $1 million just to make it theirs. Now, picture this: a Washington quarter, dated 1966, with no mint mark, quietly sitting in someone's drawer, waiting to reveal its extraordinary secret. Yes, what seems like an ordinary coin could be your gateway to unimaginable wealth. If you're watching this, your life could be about to change, and I'm about to show you why this coin is not just rare, it's legendary. The 1966 Washington quarter is familiar to most, yet this particular coin hides an anomaly that transforms it from common to priceless. Coins minted in 1966 without a mint mark are exceptionally rare, so rare that experts estimate their value in today's market at a staggering $987,000. To put it bluntly, while most quarters barely buy a cup of coffee, this coin could fund dreams most people only whisper about at night. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Finding this coin is not about luck, it's about knowledge. Imagine opening a drawer, expecting pocket change, and discovering a treasure that could redefine your financial future. That thrill, that surge of excitement when you realize you might be holding something worth nearly $1 million, is unlike anything else. It's a moment that changes your perception of ordinary objects forever. And let's pause for a second. Don't worry, I won't let your mind wander too far. Have you ever thought a single coin could carry more drama than a Hollywood blockbuster? Stick with me. Here's the hard truth: the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors, investors, and private buyers are constantly scanning estates, collections, and forgotten drawers for coins like the 1966 no-mint mark quarter. Once one appears on the market, it's snapped up almost instantly. The demand is real, urgent, and global. This coin isn't just a curiosity, it's a key to the elite world of numismatics, a world where ordinary people suddenly become players in transactions worth hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, of dollars. Think about that. While most people toss away coins without a second thought, someone with the right knowledge and timing can unlock a fortune. And the 1966 quarter? It's a golden ticket, quiet, unassuming, but incredibly powerful. Let me ask you this: what if the coin you're dismissing right now is actually your chance to step into a rarefied circle of collectors who live in a world where wealth isn't just about money, it's about owning history, owning legacy? That's not speculation, that's fact. Here's the final truth: awareness is power, and timing is everything. Every second you wait, another collector could claim what might have been yours. The 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter is more than metal, it's an opportunity, and opportunities this rare don't linger. So, what should you do if you suspect you have one? Consult a reputable coin appraiser immediately. Document its condition meticulously. And most importantly, understand its story, because the story behind this coin is just as valuable as the coin itself. When you connect the dots, the rarity, the history, the market demand, you realize that holding this coin is like holding a piece of destiny in your hands. And let's not forget the humor in all this. After all, who knew that a quarter could potentially buy you a yacht, a luxury car, or even a private island? It's absurdly exciting, and that's the thrill of rare coins. They turn everyday objects into extraordinary possibilities. By the end of the day, one thing is clear: the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, knowledge, and foresight. If you discover one in your possession, recognize that you're not just holding currency, you're holding the keys to a life of freedom, luxury, and prestige. And in the world of rare coins, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary often comes down to a single moment: the moment you recognize the treasure in front of you. So, the question isn't whether this coin is valuable, it's whether you're ready to see it, to act, and to claim what could be yours. In the quiet shuffle of coins, in that forgotten drawer or dusty collection, history waits patiently. And now, with knowledge in hand, maybe it's time for you to seize it. Because in the world of rare coins, opportunity favors the bold, and the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter is the boldest opportunity of all. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare that its value could transform your financial future overnight. Now, picture this: a seemingly ordinary 1981 Washington quarter, minted decades ago, sitting quietly in circulation, yet hiding a secret that could make it worth an astonishing $973,000 today. Sounds unbelievable, right? But for collectors and savvy investors, this isn't a fantasy, it's the reality of the 1981 mint mark Washington quarter coin error. Before you scroll past or dismiss this as just another collectible, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what if one small coin in your collection could be the ticket to a life-changing opportunity? And let's be honest, who doesn't want to be the one who uncovers hidden treasure while everyone else is sleeping on it? It's rare, it's historic, and it's in extremely high demand. You might be thinking, a quarter? Really? Yes, a quarter. And yes, this is the kind of quarter that makes even seasoned collectors do a double take. But let me warn you, it's elusive. It doesn't linger long in the market, and when it appears, the excitement is palpable. So, buckle up. What you're about to discover could redefine how you see the coins you've been overlooking. The story of this 1981 P. Washington quarter error begins in the United States Mint, where precision meets mass production, but even in the most meticulous systems, mistakes happen. And it's precisely these mistakes that history remembers. Unlike ordinary quarters, the mint mark errors of 1981 are extraordinarily rare. Only a handful exist, each with subtle but unmistakable signs that separate them from the millions that were circulated in. Now, let's take a moment to reflect. Imagine a coin resting in your wallet, in a dusty drawer, or tucked in a forgotten jar of spare change. While others paid for ordinary collectibles, you unknowingly held a treasure. The thrill of discovery is part of what drives this market, the excitement of uncovering something that others overlooked, something that could command nearly $1 million. That's not just wealth, that's power. That's influence. And yes, that's the allure that draws collectors and investors alike to this rare coin. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. Each coin tells a story of an era, of American history, and of the moment it diverged from perfection to rarity. And with every discovery, the emotional surge is undeniable. There's excitement, yes, but also a subtle urgency. Because these coins don't stay hidden forever. They move fast, often from the hands of one lucky finder to an eager buyer who understands its extraordinary value. By the way, have you ever picked up a quarter and wondered, could this be my ticket to a life I only dreamed of? It's not a joke. History has shown that some of the most valuable coins started in the most unassuming places: a loose pocket change, a forgotten piggy bank, a drawer in grandma's house. Now, here's the critical part: awareness is everything. If you own a 1981 P. Washington quarter, or even any Washington quarters from that era, it's worth taking a closer look. Authentication and grading are essential steps to ensure you're holding the real treasure, but once verified, you're in possession of something that is both historically significant and financially transformative. Think about it: the market for rare coins is booming, driven by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who recognize the value of scarcity. Every time one of these 1981 P mint mark errors changes hands, the excitement spreads. Offers rise rapidly. And if you hesitate, that opportunity can vanish almost instantly. So here's the reality: opportunity favors the prepared. For those who act, the rewards are extraordinary. Owning this coin isn't just about money, it's about legacy. It's about being part of a select group of individuals who understand that real wealth often hides in plain sight. And yes, you can be among them. Imagine the satisfaction of holding a coin in your hand that is valued at nearly $1 million. Imagine telling the story of how you discovered it, how you recognized its worth when others overlooked it. The excitement, the pride, the sense of accomplishment, it's a powerful feeling. And in a market this competitive, being proactive isn't just smart, it's essential. So take a moment. Look closely at your collection. Ask questions. Seek out experts. Every overlooked coin could be a hidden gem, every mint mark a doorway to fortune. The 1981 P. Washington quarter coin error isn't just rare, it's a symbol of opportunity, excitement, and the kind of wealth that doesn't just appear in your bank account, but in your story, your legacy, and your future. Remember, history rewards those who notice the details others miss. And in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the observant, the patient, and the bold. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that most people would toss into a jar or worse, a pocket without a second thought. Now, what if I told you that this very coin, minted in 1986 at the Philadelphia Mint, could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right, $963,000. Your everyday pocket change could secretly be a ticket to unimaginable wealth. And before you laugh and think, sure, that's just another collector's tale, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly examined the coins in your wallet? Because what lies within may change your life forever. The 1986 P. Washington quarter error isn't just rare, it's legendary. A minting mistake, an anomaly that escaped the watchful eyes at the US Mint, and yet, here it is, hidden in plain sight. These errors don't just happen, they are moments frozen in history, moments that could place a lifetime of financial security in the palm of your hand. Can you feel the excitement building? That little tingle of what if? Hold on to that feeling, it's about to get real. And now, let's talk about the stakes. The US Mint produces millions of quarters every year, and yet only a minuscule fraction carries this rare error. Imagine the thousands of coins that pass through hands, banks, and cash registers, all ordinary, all common, except for the select few that slip through unnoticed. This is the holy grail for collectors and investors alike, and here's the twist: most people will never find one. They will continue using quarters to buy coffee, tip a waiter, or feed a parking meter. Meanwhile, a single coin, like the 1986p error, could transform a life, a legacy, even a family fortune. Isn't that wild? And let me ask you, would you rather keep tossing coins in a jar, or take a second look at every coin you own, knowing one could be worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a small island? This is where the thrill meets urgency. The market for rare coins like this is exploding. Serious collectors are competing, and the price keeps climbing. Today it's $963,000. Tomorrow? Only those who act decisively will know. Hesitation here isn't just a lost opportunity, it's a missed legacy. And before you think this is all dry numismatic talk, let's pause. Have you ever bought a cup of coffee and thought, wow, I could be holding a fortune in my change? Yeah, me neither, until I started researching coins like this. The reality is astonishing. So, what does this mean for you? It's simple yet profound. Every coin in your possession could hold a story, a secret, a life-changing value. The 1986p Washington quarter error is not just rare, it's in high demand, and collectors, investors, and treasure hunters are willing to pay extraordinary sums for it. Your ordinary pocket change could be extraordinary wealth waiting to be discovered. Now, imagine sitting at your kitchen table, sifting through coins you've had for years, and spotting that subtle error. The feeling is indescribable: excitement, disbelief, and the unmistakable adrenaline of opportunity. That is why these coins aren't just collectibles. They are tickets to a future you never imagined. So here's the truth: if you have old coins lying around, now is the time to act. Take a closer look. Research. Seek expertise. The 1986p Washington quarter error is rare, highly coveted, and potentially life-altering. Your next coin discovery could be the one that changes everything. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant, the curious, and the bold. And just to leave you with a thought, what if your next pocket change, your next trip to the store, or even the coin in your drawer right now is the key to a $963,000 future? Wouldn't that make you look at coins a little differently tomorrow? Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand. Not just any coin, but a 1987D Washington quarter, a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary. Yet, for the sharp-eyed collectors and investors, this coin represents a hidden fortune, a gateway to wealth most people only dream about. You see, errors in minting are incredibly rare, and this specific 1987D mint mark Washington quarter dollar is one of the most coveted in the United States. While others pass by these coins without a second thought, you could be sitting on a treasure worth $965,000 in today's market. Now, pause for a second. Imagine your coffee cup in one hand and this coin in the other, suddenly worth almost $1 million. Crazy, right? And yet, it's very real. But why is this coin so special? Why does it command such insane value? Let's rewind and dive into the story behind this tiny metallic marvel. Back in 1987, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Washington quarters. Most followed the strict, flawless process we all expect from a federal mint. But in rare instances, due to mechanical slips, die misalignments, or sheer human oversight, something extraordinary happens. Coins like the 1987D mint mark quarter emerge with errors that defy probability. And these errors are not just anomalies, they are goldmines. Or, in this case, almost $1 million goldmine. Now, picture this: collectors discovering a stack of quarters in a dusty drawer at home, thinking they're worthless pocket change, only to realize one is an ultra-rare error that could change their financial life overnight. The fear of missing out on such a coin is real. Those who act early gain the thrill of discovery and the excitement of almost instant wealth. Those who hesitate? Well, let's just say opportunity doesn't knock twice. And here's a little secret the mint won't tell you: this coin isn't just rare, it's in extremely high demand. Dealers, collectors, and investors are constantly on the lookout, ready to pay extraordinary sums for a single flawless specimen. Humor me for a second. How many times have you shrugged off a quarter in your pocket, thinking, it's just change? Turns out, that quarter could be the one that makes million-dollar headlines. And that, dear viewer, is where excitement meets urgency. The window to claim such treasures is narrow, and the stakes? Absolutely life-changing. By now, you can feel it. This is more than a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity, vision, and timing. The 1987 Washington $quarter with a minting error is not just an object, it's a testament to the power of paying attention, knowing value, and acting decisively. Every twist, every die anomaly, every microscopic misprint adds to its allure and market value. And while most will never recognize its potential, those who do can turn a simple piece of metal into a fortune. Here's the takeaway: the market is calling, and serious collectors are searching relentlessly for this coin. The demand is higher than ever, and $965,000 isn't just a number, it's proof of what happens when rarity, timing, and desire collide. If you own this coin, if it's sitting in a drawer, now is the moment to act. Don't let hesitation cost you an opportunity that may never come again. So next time you glance at a coin, remember, it could be more than pocket change. It could be the key to wealth, the thrill of discovery, and the story you tell for the rest of your life. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of America, another 1987 Washington $quarter waits, ready to transform the life of the person who recognizes its true value. Will it be you? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a coin that could change the course of your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 1988 Washington $quarter with a rare minting error, a piece so extraordinary that collectors and investors would pay nearly $967,000 for it today. Now, before you dismiss this as fantasy, consider this: millions of coins were minted in 1988, but this single, elusive error has become the holy grail of coin collecting. And here's the kicker: most people don't even realize they might already own this golden ticket, sitting quietly in their change jar. So, what makes this coin so valuable, and why is the market absolutely clamoring for it right now? Hold the thought, because what I'm about to reveal will open your eyes to a world where history, craftsmanship, and fortune collide. First, let's step back and picture the year 1988. America was buzzing with change, optimism, and ambition. The Washington $quarter was a familiar companion in every pocket, every wallet. But deep within the minting process, a tiny imperfection occurred, a mistake that would turn ordinary quarters into treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's easy to overlook, right? After all, it's just a quarter. But here's the secret: collectors don't just pay for metal, they pay for rarity, story, and potential. And if you're thinking, I'm not a coin collector, think again. This is not about coins, it's about an opportunity to claim a piece of history and wealth that very few will ever touch. Now, let's get into the fascinating details. The 1988 $quarter error isn't something you stumble upon every day. What sets it apart is its unique minting anomaly, a subtle but unmistakable mark that separates it from millions of ordinary quarters. Imagine holding a coin where the mint mark is doubled, misplaced, or exceptionally struck. That tiny flaw transforms the mundane into the extraordinary. And here's where it gets thrilling: collectors are not just curious, they are desperate to find one. Auctions are filled with intense bidding wars. The emotional energy in the room is palpable. People are excited, anxious, even fearful, fear of missing out on a fortune that could slip away in the blink of an eye. And here's a little humor to reset your brain: imagine explaining to your friends that a quarter in your pocket is worth almost $1 million. They'd probably laugh. Or maybe cry. But in the rare world of coin collecting, this is reality. This is why the market is exploding with demand. Each coin is a ticket to prestige, recognition, and financial security, and collectors will pay top dollar to ensure it lands in the right hands. Think about it: this is not just about money. It's about legacy. Owning a 1988 Washington $quarter error isn't merely a financial move, it's a story you can pass down for generations. The rush of holding such a rare treasure, knowing its journey through decades, the hands it passed through, the history it witnessed, there's a thrill that's impossible to replicate elsewhere. And here's the urgency you must feel: these coins are vanishing fast. Every year, fewer survive in pristine condition, and the market has become ruthlessly competitive. Delay, and you risk watching someone else claim what could have been yours. And now, imagine this: you find one. You recognize it. You step into a world of collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who see value the ordinary eye cannot. The doors open, the excitement builds, and suddenly, you're part of a select group that has access to fortune, recognition, and history itself. The market has spoken, and the price is approaching a staggering $967,000. This is more than a coin, it's a symbol of vision, timing, and insight. So here's the takeaway: check your collections, your drawers, your old coin jars. That ordinary looking 1988 Washington quarter may not be so ordinary after all. If it's the error coin, it could unlock unimaginable wealth and prestige, and the world is ready to reward those who recognize its value. Opportunities like this don't come knocking twice. The time to act is now, and remember, while others settle for the ordinary, you have the chance to hold history, excitement, and fortune in the palm of your hand. That's the power of the 1988 Washington quarter error. Don't let it slip away. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it could instantly transform your financial future. A coin that collectors would literally fight over, a coin that sits quietly in circulation yet holds a secret worth nearly $976,000 today. I'm talking about the 1990 Washington quarter dollar error coin, a treasure hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its true value. But before you rush to check your change jar, pause for a second. Are you ready to discover what makes this coin not just rare, but nearly priceless? It all begins with a simple coin, one you might have casually spent on coffee or a parking meter. Yet, within the minting of 1990, something extraordinary happened at the Denver Mint. A tiny, almost imperceptible mint mark error occurred, creating a version of the Washington quarter that collectors now chase like the Holy Grail. This isn't just a misprint, it's a coin that challenges what we think we know about currency, about rarity, and about opportunity. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's just a quarter. But here's the twist: this quarter is not just a quarter. The error makes it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. In fact, experts estimate its current market value at $976,000, and that's not an exaggeration, it's the real deal. Imagine casually sorting through your old coin jars and stumbling upon a fortune hiding among your loose change. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath. Imagine the excitement, the adrenaline surge, when a collector realizes they are holding a coin worth nearly $1 million. That feeling, it's addictive. And it's not just about money. It's about legacy. Owning a coin like this isn't just a financial windfall, it's a story, a moment in history that connects you to decades of American minting history. Here's where most people miss it: they don't understand urgency. Coins like the 1990 era Washington quarter don't sit around forever. Every day, collectors, investors, and treasure hunters are scanning estate sales, thrift shops, and even their own piggy banks, hunting for exactly this coin. And each passing day, the pool of available coins shrinks. Think of it like catching lightning in a bottle. Miss it now, and you might never see it again. And let's be honest, how often does a coin this rare come along? Not often. Not even close. This is where fear meets opportunity, the fear of missing out, the fear that the coin sitting in your drawer could be worth a fortune. And let me be clear, this coin is in high demand. From seasoned collectors to high net worth investors, everyone wants it. And if you're thinking, well, I guess I'll just wait for my grandkids to find it, let me stop you right there. Grandkids are great, but the market won't wait. Coins like this move faster than a kid stealing your last cookie. So, what does this mean for you? It means the coin in your hand, or the one you might find tomorrow, could literally be a ticket to a life of financial freedom. It's not just an investment, it's a story you will tell for generations. And here's the exciting part: you don't need to be a professional collector to get in on this. Knowledge, timing, and a keen eye are enough. Of the 1990 Washington quarter error is more than a coin, it's a status symbol of wealth, history, and rarity, and the current market reflects that. $976,000 is not just a number, it's a testament to the power of spotting value where others see only everyday change. Imagine passing this coin on, knowing you were the one who recognized its worth when everyone else missed it. And finally, let me leave you with this: every coin has a story, but only a few coins have the power to change lives. The 1990 Washington quarter error is one of them. If you ever thought collecting coins was a hobby, think again. It's a treasure hunt with fortunes waiting to be discovered. Will you be the one to find it? Or will someone else seize the opportunity you let slip through your fingers? Your next great fortune might be hiding in plain sight, quietly sitting in a jar or at the bottom of a drawer. But here's the secret: the right coin, at the right time, in the right hands, can change everything. The 1990 Washington quarter error isn't just a coin. It's a life-altering opportunity. And it's waiting for you if you're ready to see it. If you want, I can also timestamp this script with pacing for a 10-minute faceless narration, including where to add dramatic pauses, sound effects, or visuals to maximize engagement and retention for your wealthy 30 to 65 US audience. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something that millions of people have spent, dropped, or lost over the decades. And yet, this ordinary little piece of metal, almost invisible in your pocket, could be worth nearly $1 million. Today, we're diving deep into one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in modern American numismatics, the 1995 Mint Mark Washington quarter error. Yes, that's right, one coin, minted in Denver, that collectors and investors alike are willing to pay $978,000 for in today's market. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, sure, another shiny coin story, pause for a moment. What if that coin has been sitting in your drawer, under your couch cushions, or tucked away in an old coin collection for decades, completely overlooked? The story of this coin begins like a thriller. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters with a small, seemingly harmless mint mark error. Unlike common quarters, this error was incredibly subtle and irregular that only experts could spot. But make no mistake, to the trained eye, it is a jaw-dropping anomaly, a coin that instantly became the holy grail for collectors. And here's the kicker: only a handful of these coins exist in the world. That rarity, my friends, is what ignites fierce competition among collectors and drives prices into the stratosphere. And now, imagine the scene: a seasoned collector opens a box of ordinary quarters, and there it is, a mint mark that seems just off. His heart races. Does he have the coin worth nearly $1 million? The thrill is intoxicating. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the knowledge that history could be in his very hands, it's the kind of adrenaline only numismatists truly understand. And this is where most people miss it: this coin isn't just money. It's a piece of American history, a rare artifact that connects the collector to a very specific moment in time. But let's inject a little humor here, to keep our attention sharp. Imagine someone trying to pay for a latte with this quarter. Sir, that's, $978,000. Now that would be an awkward coffee moment. But that tiny humorous image doesn't diminish its gravity. On the contrary, it reinforces the coin's extraordinary value and the absolute rarity that makes it one of the most coveted pieces for investors today. And here's the urgency: unlike mass-produced coins, the 1995 Mint Mark quarter error is not something you can go out and find at your local bank. They exist in private collections, tucked away in safety deposit boxes, or perhaps hidden in old coin collections. If you're watching this, there's a chance that your own collection, or your family's, could be hiding a fortune. That sense of urgency, the fear of missing out, is real. Every day you wait, the competition grows, and the market value climbs. So, what does this mean for you? It means that an overlooked coin could transform into an extraordinary opportunity. Experts now estimate the market value of this coin at $978,000, a figure that inspires awe, excitement, and even a little disbelief. And while we often think of rare coins as relics, they are in high demand today, not just for collectors, but for savvy investors who understand the intersection of rarity, historical significance, and financial potential. Here's a moment to reflect: history rewards those who act decisively. That quarter sitting quietly in a drawer might not just be change, it could be your gateway to unimaginable wealth. But action is key. Don't let fear paralyze you. The market waits for no one, and the window to cash in on rare coins like this is fleeting. In the end, the 1995 Mint Mark Washington quarter error isn't just a coin. It's a story of rarity, a rush of excitement, a lesson in vigilance, and a symbol of what could happen when history, luck, and opportunity collide. So, take a deep breath, examine your collection, and ask yourself, could today be the day you uncover a hidden treasure? Because in the world of rare coins, the next millionaire might just be the person who dared to look a little closer. If you want, I can also time map this script into precise 10-minute pacing, with voiceover cues, pauses, and visual prompts that will keep your audience hooked from start to finish. That version will feel very cinematic and perfect for faceless YouTube storytelling. Imagine holding a small piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin minted decades ago, nearly ordinary to the untrained eye, yet secretly worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But for collectors and investors, this is reality. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and highly sought after coin errors in U.S. history, the 1996 D-Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. This coin isn't just rare, it's a treasure, a symbol of opportunity and prestige that could transform the life of the lucky owner. But before you think this is just another story about shiny metal, consider this: there are millions of quarters out there, yet only a handful carry this incredible story. Could one of them be sitting quietly in your drawer, waiting to make history and money? Back in 1996, the U.S. Mint produced billions of quarters. The Washington quarter had already been in circulation for decades, a staple of American coinage. But in the ordinary grind of production, a remarkable mistake occurred, an error that today makes certain 1996 D quarters virtually priceless. These errors are not just minting mishaps, they are rare anomalies that collectors hunt for with the passion of treasure seekers and the precision of investment strategists. And here's the kicker: these coins are not just valuable because they're old, they're valuable because they are a one-of-a-kind anomaly, a perfect storm of rarity and desirability. You don't just hold a coin, you hold a story that the market craves. And now, imagine discovering this coin in your loose change. That moment of disbelief, the heartbeat quickening as you realize what you're holding. This is why collectors live for these experiences. But let's be honest, this isn't a game for the casual enthusiast. The market value of the 1996 D Washington quarter error is currently around $974,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a quarter. And the market isn't slowing down. Demand is surging, and every week, serious collectors and investors are scouring auctions, estate sales, and collections for this elusive gem. The fear of missing out is real, and the urgency is palpable. Will you be the one to spot it before someone else does? Or will you watch from the sidelines as a fortune slips through your fingers? And hey, if you're thinking, $1 million quarter? I'll just check under my couch cushions. Don't be surprised if the cat gets there first. These coins move fast, and luck is only part of the equation. The real power comes from knowledge, strategy, and timing. What makes the 1996 D quarter error so special? It's not just a misprint, it's a perfect alignment of scarcity and collector obsession. The D-Mint Mark errors from that year are among the most coveted pieces in modern U.S. coin collecting. Only a limited number were ever produced with the precise characteristics that define the error, making each coin a unique artifact of numismatic history. Investors and collectors alike know this: rarity drives value, and in today's market, a coin like this doesn't just sit quietly in a collection, it commands attention, respect, and record-breaking prices. Every auction, every private sale is a reminder that these coins are treasures that the world competes over. And now, picture yourself at an estate sale, a collection, or even sorting through your own coins. One glance at a small, seemingly ordinary quarter, and your life could change. The excitement, the adrenaline, the certainty that you are holding something extraordinary, this is not hypothetical. This is happening today in the world of rare coin collectors, where fortunes are made with quiet, deliberate decisions. And here's the truth: the longer you wait, the more elusive this opportunity becomes. Every day, another 1996 D quarter error finds a new home, often in the hands of those who understand its significance. You don't want to be the one who looks back and wonders, what if? The 1996 D Washington quarter error is more than a coin, it's a statement, a testament to rarity, investment, and timeless value. Its market value is sky high, and the demand shows no signs of slowing. For those who recognize opportunity when it appears, this is a chance to secure a piece of history and a life-changing asset. So, next time you're examining coins, don't just see metal. See potential, see fortune, see the story waiting to be told. Because in the world of rare coins, opportunity waits for no one, and sometimes, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just one coin. Not if you want, I can also timestamp this script for a 10-minute faceless video, inserting natural pauses, visual cues, and pattern interrupts to maximize retention and engagement. This will make it ready to produce without needing extra editing. The moment you hold a coin, you might think it's just metal, stamped and circulated like millions of others. But what if I told you that tucked within that ordinary roll of change could be a ticket, an almost unimaginable ticket worth nearly $1 million? Today, we're diving into the story of the USA 2021 P-Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin error, a coin that has collectors and investors alike on the edge of their seats. And yes, the current market value? A jaw-dropping $971,000. If you have one in your drawer, it could change everything. Imagine the scene: the hum of a bustling coin shop, the metallic jingle of quarters, and a seasoned collector suddenly stopping mid-search. Their eyes widen. They've just spotted it, a 2021 P Mint Mark Washington $2 error. What's so special about it, you ask? It's an extraordinary anomaly in our nation's minting history, a coin that was never meant to exist in this form, a rare deviation that instantly transforms everyday currency into a high-stakes treasure. And here's the kicker: most people toss these coins without even glancing at the details. They don't realize they're walking past what could be a life-altering fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. A quarter? Worth nearly $1 million? That's impossible. And that's exactly why this coin is so tantalizing. It's the perfect storm of rarity, demand, and timing. Errors like this are not just collector's items, they're statements, a silent proclamation of exclusivity. Imagine holding in your hand something that 99.99% of the population will never see. The excitement is almost tangible. And yet, for those who recognize its value, there's a very real urgency. Coins like this don't linger on the market. When one appears, buyers are ready to move instantly, often paying sums that seem straight out of a fantasy novel. Let's take a moment to pause, because here's something most people don't realize. The story of this coin is not just about mint marks and metallurgy, it's about timing, awareness, and a little bit of luck. Every 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter was meant to be ordinary, to circulate quietly in pockets and cash registers. But errors happen, imperfections slip through, and suddenly, history is rewritten. A coin that could have been mistaken for mere pocket change is now a centerpiece of fortune, a shining example of how attentiveness and knowledge can create opportunity where others see nothing. And just to shake things up for a second, have you ever bought a lottery ticket and immediately felt regret? Now imagine a lottery ticket that nearly everyone threw away. That's the essence of this coin. It's both thrilling and slightly terrifying, because the window of opportunity is fleeting. Every collector knows the rule: the longer you wait, the higher the stakes. These coins are so rare, so in demand, that hesitation can cost millions, literally. The fear of missing out isn't just a cliche here, it's a very real, very urgent call to action. Here's where it gets even more compelling. This coin doesn't just sit on a shelf and gather dust, it sparks conversation, admiration, and envy. It's the coin that makes people lean in closer, ask questions, and maybe even re-examine their own collections. For wealthy collectors and investors, it's a chance to own a piece of American minting history. For the casual holder, it's a whisper of opportunity that could turn an everyday life into a story of extraordinary wealth. And the demand is insatiable. Dealers, collectors, and high-net-worth investors are circling, knowing that when one of these coins appears, it's gone in the blink of an eye. What's the takeaway here? The 2021 P Mint Mark Washington $2 error isn't just a coin. It's a symbol, a reminder that treasures exist in plain sight, that knowledge and curiosity can convert what seems ordinary into something legendary. It's about seeing opportunity where others see nothing, acting decisively, and understanding that fortune favors those who recognize its value before it slips away. And if you happen to have one tucked away, know this: you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a chance at a story worth nearly $1 million, a story that could redefine your financial legacy forever. In the end, this coin is more than metal, it's momentum, excitement, and possibility, all rolled into a small, unassuming circle. And if you ever doubt the power of paying attention, just remember, one small minting error, one moment of awareness, and suddenly, ordinary change becomes a life-altering treasure. Will you be the one to seize it before the world catches on? If you want, I can also create the 10-minute timing version with natural pauses, dramatic beats, and emotional emphasis built in so it perfectly matches a professional faceless YouTube narration style for your audience. This will include exactly where to slow down for effect, emphasize numbers, and insert subtle humor or pattern interrupts to keep viewers glued.